3 days of pain, the rest is easy. So it takes about 3 days to shift the biological mechanisms to make you a morning person. Sunlight, exercise, caffeine and eating, and social interactions bring your circadian clock into alignment with all of those Zeitgebers. If tomorrow you want to start the process of becoming an early riser, you'd set your alarm for 5 a.m. No matter what time you went to sleep the night before, you're going to get up and you're going to do the 4 things that I described. It's going to hurt. And then by the early afternoon, you'll be dragging a bit. And you just have to be careful to not overindulge in caffeine. Then you want to go to sleep at your now naturally slightly earlier sleep time. The next day, you'll notice it'll be a little bit easier to do. And by the 3rd day, you ought to be waking up with or before the alarm by a few minutes.
Well, it is 4 a.m. Kind of. It's like 4:10. I feel great. It's time to get the day started. So we're gonna hit a quick mobility flow, and then we're gonna get the rest of this morning started here. Cue the rest of the music. It's 4 a.m. somewhere. All right, down to the usual breakfast. When it's 4 a.m., you don't got time for real breakfast. You just gotta drink the raw honey. The bear diet. Bare necessities. Righteous grind. Let's get it. Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean the bare necessities, that's why back and rest at ease with just the bare necessities of life. Now when you prick a paw. So here's the plan, right? This morning, I did want to just go straight to the gym, but because of 2 conditions, 1, the YMCA possibly being closed, and 2, my creative energy is just dialed right now. So I'm gonna spend that time actually working on the next course, Juggernaut mode, which I've been talking about, but I haven't been building. So I'm gonna go build it. And then we're gonna go to the gym around 7, 8 a.m. should be the ideal time frame. So let's get it. Devotional is completed. I've had a couple sad moments this morning because the camera has shut off at the wrong time, which is unfortunate because I feel like I've really captured a great morning flow. And I really don't feel like trying to repeat it. I was really hoping it captured, but I was preaching. It's not the last time that'll happen. But you know, when your performance isn't to earn the gift of grace, the gift of acceptance, the gift of life, but it's the joyful response to
the victory and freedom already purchased in Jesus Christ, then you don't really have much of a complicated game. It's actually very simple and quiet and pure and clear. And God's just been abundantly showing that to me in the past few days and weeks of really pulling away from the noise and pulling away from the distractions, pulling away from all the world's stuff and just dialing into truth. It's been really good. Yeah, it's been really good. I had like a whole flow that I did on Ecclesiastes 11. I don't really feel like doing it again, but I'm just gonna give you a few verses here this morning. I know you didn't come for this necessarily, but here it is. It's truth. That's why I love this. Scrolling social media, doing the world's things. It's not even about the world's things. It's just, I know in my life what creates noise and more defeat and discouragement and just that self, that diluted state of self that is like so disoriented that you just don't even know what matters anymore, or who you are, or where you're going, or the fact that you're lost. Like, just none of it is even registering. You're just numb. And I've hated being there so much that I've just kind of chosen to drop everything. Like my plans, my career ideas, my lifestyle, my old lifestyle habits. Social media is a big one too, obviously, but just, it's been great that TikTok got banned, honestly, because now I don't even have to like question whether or not I'm gonna have it. It simplifies everything, you know. But pulling away from all the noise and just sitting down and dialing into truth, dialing into clarity. Clarity is very simple at that point when you're connected to it and you're spending time with it every day. But your clarity is only as good as your time spent in truth. You know, you can't find that kind of like, you can't find the level of clarity that you're looking for inside of a feed. It's just not gonna come there. It's not gonna come there. Yeah. Okay. So Ecclesiastes 11, cast your bread upon the waters. Verse 1, cast your bread upon the waters, for you will find it after many days. Give a portion to 7 or even to 8, for you do not know what disaster may happen on the earth. I love it because it implies that like when you create something great in life, it's not designed for you to keep, it's designed for you to give. It's designed for you to bless people with. And that's been an important mindset shift for me, going from just doing things for myself to actually learning how to share my gift and my blessings with others, because that's what God's designed me to do. And that's just what being a happy human being is being a helpful human being. It's being a human being that uplifts others. And that feels good because the power of love is flowing through you to impact others. So we kind of had that going with the, I struggle with that with like training, like kind of keeping my training myself. I didn't really want to take my family to the gym, especially my mom, like just didn't want to train her because I was like, oh, that's going to be embarrassing and this and that. But when you actually think about it, it's like, if God has given you a gift, it's probably because he wants you to just use it to help people and serve people, including your family. And it always starts with your family. It's never like this big, like, oh, I want to have like, this crazy impact on the world and I want to, speak to millions. But it's like, but you don't even want to like take care of your mom. Like, God's not going to bless a heart that's in that place. God's not going to give you the platform and the growth that you're trying to get in life until your heart's in the right place. And I mean, even if you do get it, it's like, it's not gonna hit the way you expect it to because your heart's still not in the right place. So it doesn't even matter. Fulfillment is a heart posture. It's not a external condition based on the things you have or have done. Fulfillment is where your heart is in relationship to God. You are fulfilled if your heart is aligned with God, period. You are content if you're in that place. And that's something I've been searching for because I've just been so agitated and just unsettled. And I hate it because the way I treat my family is not cool. It's not cool. It's not righteous. It's not righteous grind. It's not pure. It's not generous. It's not caring and compassionate. It's tense, frustrated, hurried, selfish. There's something to be said for prioritizing your schedule, but like that's not what I'm talking about here. It's talking about like God will bless your hand when you just open it up and let Him bless others through you. But you can't actually be a part of that if you're not willing to open up to that. I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah. If the clouds are full of rain, they empty themselves on the earth. And if a tree falls into the south or to the north, in the place where the tree falls, there it will lie. He who observes the wind will not sow, and he who regards the clouds will not reap. Dude, that's literally what scrolling is. It's just like observing the wind. You're just like, oh wow, there's all this stuff happening, but you're not doing anything. You're not sowing. You're just consuming. You're not building your life. You're just consuming it. You're just eating up your attention. I mean, your life is your attention. That's all you've got, is your attention right now in this moment. And how you choose to invest that, just watching stuff pass by or choosing to actually dig in and tune all that out, that's up to you. Verse 5, as you do not know the way the Spirit comes to the bones in the womb of a woman with child, so you do not know the work of God who makes everything. I love that because I just watched a documentary about black holes and it's just so unknowable. Like there's just a place where basically physics breaks down and nothing that comes in can come out. And the things that are coming out of the black hole are just, we don't even know what they are. Like it's just so outside of our reach. And it's the same way of like, how does consciousness transfer between humans? Like we just don't know, but it does. It's crazy. Verse 6, I love this, Ecclesiastes 11:6. In the morning sow your seed, and in the evening withhold not your hand. For you do not know which will prosper, this or that, whether both alike will be good. You don't even know what's gonna succeed. You don't even know what's gonna work. So you might as well just try. Because you don't know. But every single time you don't try, it's a guaranteed nothing. You get nothing out of it. That's the whole point. It's like in the garden, you can't grow anything if you don't sow anything. Fact. So you got to put it down. God's just telling me to just try. Telling me. God is saying, just try. You don't need to know like what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen with seed 1, 2, 3, seed 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like you don't know which one's going to work. So just try, because you're never gonna know if you just keep them all here. Like you have to let go. You'll never know unless you let them go and you put it out into the world. That's what you have to do, bro. Light is sweet and it is pleasant for the eyes to see the sun. Bro, I think Solomon had a good eye for neuroscience. He would have liked Huberman for sure. I think they would have been friends. So if a person lives many years, let him rejoice in them all. But let him remember that the days of darkness will be many. All that comes is vanity. And vanity in Hebrew is translated as chabel, which means vapor, vanity, passing, mere breath. It's temporary. It's like you can't even hold on to it. You can't grasp it. You can't even like fully understand it. It's here and then it's gone. And you know, that's like the days of darkness is just like the grind. It's just gonna be many days, and you don't even know what's gonna work. And it's all passing so fast, so you might as well just lock in and do a great job at it. Because what's the opposite? To just sit around and be like depressed, or just feast your mind on as much like pleasure as possible. Because that makes you go numb eventually, and then you lose your purpose, and you think your life is meaningless, and it's not meaningless, but you've been so disconnected from truth that you become disoriented, and you don't even know which way is up or down. You don't even know that you're lost, but all of a sudden you pick yourself up and you're like, this is not what I want in my life anymore. That's at least what happened to me with, like, you know, lust. People call it corn now, apparently. That and like substances, like THC has always been another one for me. I used to be on nicotine a lot, but like that's besides the point. It's not even about the like, it's not about like the what, it's about the how you're processing life. And if you're processing life through pleasure, you lose your sensitivity to reality. And eventually that purpose inside of you kind of dies out, because your mind has just become consumed with the noise. And I decided that I wanted to choose purpose and peace over pleasure. And that was something I got from Living on Purpose, or Purpose Driven. Yeah, Purpose Driven. There's this guy on YouTube, he's called Purpose Driven. He's so cool. And he gave me just some good like truth in a video. You should definitely watch his stuff. And that guy's dialed in, bro. I love him so much. I hope I can meet him someday, because he's the kind of guy that I want to do a podcast with for sure. But he talks about that too, and he's the one that gave me that whole entire insight about like don't waste your life on that. It's because I was just really struggling that day. I backslid. I had a relapse a couple days ago, and I just remember being like so consumed by it, and I was like, I don't want this to ever happen to me again. Like, I cannot fall back to this again. All right, that's a wrap on this, honestly. I'm just gonna drop it there, because it's time to get to deep work. It's like, yeah, it's time to get to work. I'm gonna peace out, but I'll see you in a little bit. Dang, well, I really just tried to record a whole like 10-minute thought and nothing recorded, but to give you a synopsis in like 30 seconds, we just got a little reset walk in. It's about 10 a.m., 9:45, something like that. We're gonna hit a workout soon, but I'm really in flow right now with writing the course. So we're just gonna stick to that. I know around like 12, I'm gonna hit a wall. So I plan to refuel and train then, and then get a bunch of food, and then meditate, and then do the second half of my day, which will be like knockout tasks and various, paperwork that you have to manage. The laundry of life, you know what it is. But for now, we're just gonna stay in deep work mode, because I'm already dialed. I do need to get a little break and some nutrition soon though, because I've been pretty much fasted this entire morning, besides the MCT oil and the MCT oil and coffee. Yeah, coffee. It's been really good though. So I will I'll see you in a little bit once we decide to hit the workout. Peace. Right. Morning complete. It is 11 something. Oh, getting a little mentally fried, so I'm gonna get a little refuel in. It says 3 days of pain. At least that's what Andrew Huberman says. So we are 1 day officially in, and I'm excited to get the next 2 done. It's gonna be great. The Juggernaut mode course module 1 is complete, which I'm really excited about. So I'm going to film that this evening as well. Yeah, it's been a productive day. I love the process, and I just hope that this gave you a little bit of, I don't know, maybe just that little nudge that you needed, that you know you've been wanting to make that change or get into that habit, but you just haven't like seen the process. Hopefully this gave you a little bit of the joy of the process, because it definitely is. Doing hard things feels good, so you'll get that payoff for yourself when you show up consistently. Showing up consistently is the deposit in the momentum bank account of your future self. So future you will be thanking you 8 hours from now when you wake up early, or 30 days from now when you've created a habit that changed your life and completely shifted the trajectory of your life. And I do believe that can happen. But it takes consistency and it takes focus, and that's the beauty of the process, because in that process you get to refine yourself, and it's in the suffering that you create perseverance, and in the perseverance your character changes, and when your character changes, your life changes. That's hope, because something changed. Like, nothing changes if you don't change, So I know it's pretty common sense, but I hope it served you. I'm gonna peace out, righteous grind, keep getting after it. Peace.